Coffee. I haven't had coffee in such a long time. Today I'm amped up and I'm ready to go. And what do you do when you're amped up and ready to go? You're gonna try every single Girl Scout cookie that's available. So Girl Scout cookies, if you're outside of the United States, you may wonder what these are. So in the simplest terms, Girl Scout cookies are a tool, per se, to help raise funds. They're a fundraiser to support all the things that Girl Scouts do. So let's get into a quick little history about the Girl Scouts in general and why we are here in the first place talking about Girl Scout cookies. So it was founded by Juliet Gordon Low in 1912. And the Girl Scouts is a youth organization for American girls to build confidence, leadership, skills, compassion, and introduces them to activities such as camping and first aid. The Girl Scouts currently have 1.8 million girl members and 800,000 adults taking roles or volunteering within the organization. Now, getting into the Girl Scout cookies themselves, the history of them, the first recorded date of them being sold was in December of 1917, and it was by a troop called the Mistletoe Troop in Oklahoma, and they sold these cookies at their local high school. And since then, over the years, there's been over 50 different types and flavors of Girl Scout cookies. Altogether, there are 51 discontinued flavors, and at this current moment this year, there are 9 flavors. Some are old, and one is actually a new flavor this year that we are going to try out. Girl Scout cookies in general. I usually buy only 2 flavors, which is usually the Caramel Delights or the Samoas in the purple box, or the Thin Mints. Every other flavor I have never tried. I've never tried it before, and that's why we're doing the video, just to see which ones rank better than the others. Now, granted, a cookie is a cookie is a cookie. You put a cookie in front of me, no matter what it is, I'll probably eat it. But looking at all these as something good to eat, how do they stack up within the realm of top tier and what is above top tier of the top tier? That's what we're going to do today. A special thanks I want to give out to Troop 127, as I bought the cookies from them and they did their best to hunt down every single type, and without them, this video wouldn't be possible. So thank you to Troop 127. And let's face it, the ongoing battle has been going on forever, for over 100 years now. Which Girl Scout cookie is the best? I would think that everybody would go with the Caramel Delights, but there are some people that say otherwise. And so that's what brings us here to this video. With my professional taste buds, and also my experience of reviewing food and rating food the past 3 years now, if you're lost in the world of Girl Scout cookies and you want a recommendation, let this video be your guide. Okay, so starting from here, working our way down, we've got the Samoas, or sometimes called the Caramel Delights. We got the Tagalongs, the Toffeetastic, the Do-Si-Dos, the Lemonups, the Girl Scout S'mores, Thin Mints, Adventurefuls, which is the new flavor for this year, and the Trefoils. I think that's how they say it. I checked with that. That's how they say what these are, the Trefoils. Okay, finally. Now let's get into trying these cookies out. All right, first up, we've got the Caramel Delights, or the Samoas, as these say here. And they are crisp cookies with caramel, coconut, and dark chocolatey stripes. So here we are. Now, mind you, I am eating these on a full stomach. So I'm not like just eating these because I'm hungry and I'm gonna like it regardless. No. I'm being non-biased because I am full right now. So I'm gonna be very, very strict on what I think about these, because I'm not hungry at all. These are my favorite. So these are a perfect combination of chocolate, caramel, and inside here is just a circular cookie ring. And I'd say it's more of the coating than the actual cookie inside, which is great. It's like an equal part of all things that are good. The cookie in the center is very crunchy, gives you a nice crunchy texture. And then that chocolate is just very sweet. The caramel is soft. And that the little toasted coconut on top gives it a nice extra little crunchy texture. 10 out of 10. Can't go wrong with these Samoas, or as some people call it, the Caramel Delights. Okay, next up, we've got Tagalongs. Crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolatey coating. I've heard plenty of people say that this is their favorite cookie. I've never tried these, so let's see. There's 15 of them in the package there. So we are just trying one and only one. It's melting in my fingers already. The chocolate is really good. Melts really quick, but the whole cookie just kind of melts in your mouth. But there's more cookie in this than the Caramel Delights. I also get a huge blast of sweet to salty ratio with this. So if you want something sweet and salty, and you just love peanut butter too, this is a good cookie to get. Tagalongs. What would I give these out of 10? Well, they're obviously not as good as the Caramel Delights, but they're up there. I think I'll give these a 9 out of 10. Okay, next up, we've got the Toffeetastic. Rich, buttery cookies with sweet, crunchy toffee bits. I have a feeling they may be a little too hard with the toffee bits, but we shall see. It comes in a tube like this, as you see. It's got the texture of like a shortbread cookie, pretty much. Very crunchy. As you can see, I took a couple sips of coffee. This would be a good coffee cookie to have. The toffee hit me exactly like I thought it would. The cookie itself, very crumbly, falls apart, and the bits of toffee in there really give it an extra crunch. I personally am not a fan too much of like toffee. It's got a good taste and everything. It's just the texture for me, and me not really being a big fan of toffee. It gets a lower rating than the other two I've tried. I would say if you're a fan of toffee, I mean, you can't go wrong. It tastes just like pieces of like a Heath bars in it. So I think I'll rate these probably a 5 out of 10 myself. Next up, we are trying the Do-si-dos, which these are oatmeal sandwich cookies with peanut butter filling. So this is what it looks like here. Let's open it up like an Oreo. And you can see how much peanut butter is on it. Okay. Here we go. Really good. I am very surprised. Right now, while I'm talking, I'm still getting a kick from some kind of saltiness within this cookie, which is great. I think this is more on the salty part than the sweet ratio than the Tagalongs, but that's a good thing. It melts better when I have a swig of coffee with it, and a lot better than the Toffeetastic. And the oatmeal is a very nice complement to the cookie part of this cookie. I would prefer more peanut butter in this cookie, but for what it is, I'd say it's above middle of the road. So I'll give these 6.5 out of 10. So Do-si-dos, 6.5 out of 10. Okay, next up we have the Lemonups. Crispy lemon cookies baked with inspiring messages to lift your spirits. Oh, these are bigger than I thought they would be. These are actually really huge. So, what's this one say? I am bold. I am gutsy. So we're going to go with the I Am Gutsy one. These replaced the Savannah Smiles, which I remember having years ago. I wasn't a fan. They were like lemon-shaped wedges of just like this shortbread cookie that tasted somewhat like lemon, and then it was powdered with sugar. And I don't know, maybe these will be a step up since these replaced them. As you can see on the bottom, they have this lemon glaze at the bottom, I guess to give it a little bit of a kick instead of it just being like a typical just shortbread cookie with a little hint of lemon flavor, which is exactly what it is. So as you see these cookies for what they are, don't expect a big thrill, a roller coaster ride of flavors hitting you like the Caramel Delights do. Take them for what they are. If you're a fan of lemon and you just want a cookie to complement your coffee, I would say this is your best bet. For what they're trying to be, they live up to what they're striving to be. But how do they stack up compared to the Samoas being a 10 out of 10? Well, they're about a 5 out of 10. All right, next up, we've got Girl Scout S'mores. Graham sandwich cookies with chocolate and marshmallowy filling. So here we go. Okay, so as you see it here, this is jam-packed with filling and icing compared to some of the other cookies here, which once you bite down on these, the filling kind of bursts out from the sides, which is a great thing. It lets you know, hey, I am here to make things happen. The chocolate taste is very apparent. The marshmallow taste, I really didn't get too much of a marshmallow taste with this icing here. Let me see. Yeah, it's there. The marshmallow taste is there. It's not as apparent compared to the chocolate. But the graham cracker is very easy to bite down on. Would I buy these again? Yeah, I would say so. For the amount you get and how great the experience is, yeah, I would say so. Girl Scout S'mores, I would give those a solid 7 out of 10. Okay, here we are. My second favorite, the Girl Scout Thin Mints. A lot of people say that these are great when you put them in the fridge or the freezer. I've tried that before. It's been a while since I've done that. But anyways, yeah, these are just... You get a lot for these. Even though they're thinner, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's a decent amount of cookies right there. That's for sure. So Thin Mints are crisp, chocolatey cookies made with natural oil of peppermint. Natural, so can't beat that. Smells great all around. Here we go. And the cookie on the inside there is brown as well. I will say my experience with these, at least now currently, is different than my past experience. First off, chocolatey, sweet. Second, mint, very, very, like it leaves your breath fresh. Like you breathe in, you get like a fresh, feeling. And then 3, surprisingly, there is some kind of a little bit of a saltiness within the cookie itself. That's actually good. That's a good thing. I will say, Thin Mints, I love everything mint, so I'm going to give this a high score. But if you don't like mint, you may not like these. But hey, maybe this will be the gateway into you liking mint stuff. Let's go out on a limb and try them out. You may actually like them. Because it's not like it's just bursting with mint flavor. It's more chocolatey than mint. I would say it's 60% chocolate, 35% mint, and 5% salty. Thin Mints, I give them a 9 out of 10. Final rating. All right, we'll save the new flavor for last, but here we've got a very simple one, the trefoils. And these are just traditional shortbread cookies. The type of cookies that you would find in your grandma's sewing tin, or would have at least before she turned the cookie tin into a sewing tin. Yeah, very simple. Here we are, it's in the shape of the Girl Scout logo there. Okay, the trefoils. Simple, plain. It's everything you expect out of a shortbread cookie. It's got a very dainty way of letting you know that it's there. Like, it showed up to the party and it's just like, yeah, hey, I'm here. You knew what you were expecting. This is what I got. Nothing more, nothing less. But hey, you mix me up with some coffee and I'm a party. This is probably the best cookie that you could get to have with your morning coffee because it melts very well when you drink a cup of coffee, or maybe milk if you're not a coffee fan. So the trefoil's letting you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. In the grand scheme of things, I give these a 4 out of 10. Great with a cup of coffee, but by themselves, they're pretty plain. All right, and now the brand new flavor, the moment we've all been waiting for. These are the Adventurefuls, and they are indulgent brownie inspired cookies with caramel flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. Smell like Oreo cookies, pretty much. All right, so when you first bite into this, it makes you feel like you are biting into a regular cookie, but as you get into it more and more towards the center, the caramel is there and it hits you hard. The sea salt, like they said, it's a hint of sea salt. You do taste it in there, but you have to search a little bit. But that's a good thing because it's not overloading your mouth with too much salty to sweetness, because the cookie itself, the chocolate cookie, it has enough of your average kind of salty to sweet ratio within it already that you don't need much more. The caramel is very sweet, but I'd say actually the best part is the chocolate on the bottom of these things, because it's your standard thickness of like a Thin Mint cookie. And it really sets it over the edge to make it a full rounded taste and experience. Now, would I say this beats the Samoas? I'd have to say no, because I still think the Samoas are top dog in all of these. But the Adventurefuls, being their first year out and available, I do say they make quite the impression. They do rank pretty high up here among all the ratings of all these cookies. I give these a 7 out of 10. It's one of the roller coaster cookies, that's for sure. So if you want roller coaster cookies, which is what I'm all about, I love a wild ride, they're gonna go over here next to Samoa's, the Tagalongs, and the Adventure. The Adventurefuls are a part of it now. The Girl Scout s'mores are a tad closer towards the roller coaster cookies. Thin Mints are just a league of their own, so they're just gonna sit up here. And I want to say the coffee cookies, you want to complement your glass of milk or coffee, will be over here. If you want a cookie that is just all on its own, you don't need anything else with it, try the Samoas, the Tagalongs, the Adventurefuls, or the Girl Scout s'mores. Girl Scout s'mores kind of lean towards it. It could go both ways with a coffee or by themselves or a glass of milk. The Thin Mints, they are what they are. They're just in a league of their own, like I've said. Get them if you just love mint stuff and chocolate. And over here, the Toffeetastic, the Lemonups, the trefoils, and the Do-si-dos. They're great with coffee or milk and they're a great compliment. You need them to be added with something to really get the full experience that they're trying to give you. And that's it. If you want to try these cookies out, I'll leave a link down below. You could order off the website, have it delivered to your door, and that's how I do it because I'm lazy. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. I'm DJ Glowing Eyes saying, see y'all later.